Hey folks, good to see you again. We're going to talk about shoulder pain today. The question is whether you're a parent, a weekend warrior, or a competitive athlete, does it matter? Does the treatment or does the cause of injury for your shoulder that's at the root of your pain, does it really differ between these three groups? What we want to do is kind of classify these first. So obviously parents, that includes, largely people who are picking up kids, picking up things. You kind of know the gist if you're a parent. But then also just a common worker, what you do around your office might find you in this same type of category. Weekend warriors, we're talking more about the people who likes to go play softball, do triathlons, run marathons, stay very, very active and not necessarily be a competitive level, but just go out and do a whole bunch of different things. And then we have our competitive athletes, those individuals who are in sponsored athletics or sponsored athletes. Do they have differing reasons why they get shoulder pain? And I'm going to say no, they don't. You're going to say, whoa, what? They're three totally different groups. The idea, the concept behind what drives shoulder pain is generally going to be consistent when it's non-traumatic. Obviously, you get in a car accident or get tackled in a football game, that's a traumatic event which you didn't have a whole lot of control over. For the large amount of shoulder injuries, it's generally non-traumatic, which means there's a mechanical fault. And generally, if there's a mechanical fault, it's going to happen in these areas down here that we're about to cover. So regardless of if you're a parent, a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, you're going to run into shoulder issues for the same reasons. You might run into them quicker over here. They might be a little bit more devastating than if you were in this category, but you're going to run into them for the same reasons. So what are those reasons? And when I go through these, they'll be fairly obvious to you, but it's important that you recognize them and can start to control them for your benefit. So we look at what's good and what's evil as far as posture and control of postures, or the change in postures, which we call movement. Okay, what we find that is good is a position of extension and external rotation. Again, from this angle, extension and external rotation. So I can't be slouched in this posture in my spine. This is relative flexion. And I must be in extension. With the shoulder, I don't want to have this inward rolled shoulder that really compresses and does a lot of damage to rotator cuff. This is internal rotation. I want to be in external rotation. These are very, very simple things, but could be the difference between whether you develop shoulder injuries or not, as we kind of cited in the written portion of this post. So, evil, again, we just went through it, is flexion and internal rotation. It destabilizes the core and starts to overly stress the shoulder, which over time quickly will cause issues in this weekend warrior and this competitive athlete. But then in a parent even, or even a grandparent at times, that will slowly come on to the point where, oh my gosh, we have to get out of this position, start working in this position so that we can heal. Hopefully this helps. You can make these modifications if you find yourself stuck in these positions, and or if it's very difficult for you to get into extension and external rotation. Like we put in the written portion of the post, if this is you, you need to find someone who can help you. We'd love to be that person or that office, but if we're not in your area, find somebody that you like and that you trust to ensure that something like this evil within your life doesn't get in the way of the fun stuff that you want to do throughout the rest of your life. We only get one life, we got to use it well. Hopefully this will help you in regards to shoulder pain. Good luck.